Bang, needs knives. I'm Jared. My lovely wife Kara is at work, and this is the modded ZT0450, and I got really bad news. I did film, at least in my opinion, it's bad news. I filmed the whole entire sharpening, edited it, had it all put together. It was, in my opinion, I thought it was really good, and I accidentally deleted it. I was trying to delete content out of the phone so I could finish recording something else, and, you know, it wound up being one of the things I deleted. I wasn't thinking, and I had a whole bunch of different clips all put together for the sharpening. Well, it was basically a full sharpening video, but anyway, so there's nothing I can do about it now, so I'm just going to talk about how it's sharpened. I did put a polished edge on here. Now, let me just say, this is S35VN. I'm not normally one that prefers a polished edge on S35VN because, in my opinion, it doesn't take a good polish. Yes, it looks beautiful with a polish, but it doesn't take a good polish. And what I mean is the stickiness that you want in an edge, the bite that you want in an edge, it goes away with S35VN. And there's, you know, a few different blade steels that do that, and S35 is one of them. So I prefer it, honestly, at a lower grit. But I figured this is, you know, kind of like this thing where it's getting passed around to different people to do something to it, and my job was to do the edge on it. And I felt like a polished edge would look the best. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, it looks okay. It's not the best looking polished edge in my opinion. I just don't like how S35 takes a polished edge. Now, in my opinion, it looks way better with a low grit, which I actually had a picture of. You know, from my beginning stones, I had a picture of it with the edge I would have preferred to put on it. But, so what I'm going to do is whoever this goes to, after, because it's going to go to Ray at Everyday City Carry, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to offer a sharpening. So if they want a new edge put on at any time, all they got to do is just pay for the shipping, and I'll put the edge on it. And, you know, whatever edge they choose, you know, obviously I would recommend getting a lower grit than this. You know, something like 600 grit. But this is like a 5,000 grit right here, or like a 3/2 micron, which it does look good, you know. I mean, it looks great. It just doesn't work good because, and it's sharp. Don't get me wrong. It's very sharp. It's just not to the level of sharpness that they have when they're at a lower grit. Anyways, so that's about that. Let's look at the size of this thing. So here is a real 0450, or not real, a regular sized 0450. So this is what it got chopped down from. You can see it got chopped down to this screw, so this is taken off, in which, in my opinion, this knife is not very comfortable. Now, if I put my finger over this hump and put it there, it's okay, but you can't really squeeze your hand in there. It's just too tight, so you got to go over this little hook, and then you got the hook right there, this little hook thing. So that's kind of cool, which does make it, you know, a little bit more comfortable, but you're not really hanging on to much, but you do have a little tiny bit to hang on to. Then Richie put a choil in. Now you can see, because the choils are horrible on these, I actually cut this one in and did a horrible job on it. I wasn't trying to do a good job, to be honest. I didn't care. This knife is just a testing knife for me because the heat treat on it, on the steel, is so bad. It's like sharpening putty. So I don't really care. So we've just practiced mine. We practiced like a battlefield finish on it and stuff like that. But anyways, so this is the size difference. So now it is much, much smaller. Which this knife isn't big to begin with, but man, they do have good action. These are great knives. Oh yeah, the heat treat on this one seems okay. It seems good. It seems like decent S35VN. The fact that it would not take a great polish doesn't say much. I haven't seen much S35VN that does take a good polish. Now, S30V does take a good polish. S30V keeps a lot of bite. S35 just doesn't. It's about the size of a Yorkie. Slightly longer. Let's look at it next to the Benchmade Griptillian, which is a little bit longer. And here is the mini sheepdog. Basically, they're right. Oh man, they're so close, but this is a tiny bit longer than the mini sheepdog. Spyderco Chaparral is very close, if not perfect. So that's about the size of the knife it is. Spyderco Chaparral. One more just for kicks. Here is the Ferrum-Forged Prolic, which is ever so slightly longer. So basically the same size. But all in all, I mean, I think the knife's awesome. I think Richie did an amazing job on this this finish, and then Blade Chops did an incredible job on the chop. I mean, I would think it came like this. This sheep's foot is done very well. Like, I mean, the finishing on the blade, the stone washing really, I think, topped it off too. But the chopping, I mean, it looks natural, looks good. Whoever gets it is going to have a good utility cutter and, you know, a good little slicer. These don't come with the best geometry, so it is going to be a little bit of a stronger blade, but it'll still cut pretty good. And, you know, it's a good little blade shape now. I even like it more than possibly the original blade shape, which I actually like the original blade shape of the 0450. Mine, you know, had so much steel removed from it. Let's look at how much steel mine had removed from it. Look at all that steel mine had removed from it. That's about lined up right there, because you can actually see by the choil area, because man, it was just so hard to sharpen. Like, I just could not get an edge. Every time it got sharp, literally it would go right back to dull. Like, it was, or what I mean is, like, as I was sharpening, like, it just wouldn't get a burr. The burr, I'd get a burr, knock off the burr, and then I'd have a sharp edge and it'd just go away. Like, it was so crazy. Oh, very weird. When you're sharpening steel that has a bad heat treat, it feels weird. It feels like it just doesn't want to get sharp. It won't take a good burr. Even the steel on the stone doesn't feel hard. It feels soft. In this case, it felt fine. It all the way through all my stones, it progressed very good. The like probably around 1,000 grit, man, it was screaming sharp. But then as I moved up past 1,500 grit, or past, you know, like, I don't know, 7 micron or something, 5 micron, whatever it was, I don't remember. It's, you know, started losing the bite, and, you know, but it's still, most people would touch this and say, damn, that's sharp. So, you know, maybe I'm just crazy. But, so that's why I left it on there. I left it on there because I figured it would be the best looking edge. And I'd like to, you know, think that whoever does get it is going to get, you know, the best looking knife they can get out of it. And it looks so beautiful already. I figured a mirror would be the best looking edge, or best looking, sharpening I could have done. Now, like I said, it's no problem that if whoever wins this or gets this wants a different edge on there, it'll take me 2 seconds. So, you know, since it already has the polish, throwing a good grip pattern over the face of it will be no problem at all. I almost want to just do it just because I know it'll be a better edge. But, you know, this looks damn good. And let's just show you really quick. Let's see how sharp it is. Let's see how sharp it is. Oh yeah. I mean, It's plenty sharp. It's just, you know, doesn't have that bite that you like when you're cutting into, you know, I don't know, fruits, cardboard, bread, you know, stuff like that. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I apologize for losing the content of the sharpening. I will do another video on a full sharpening. If this won't, I'm going to do another video on a full sharpening, and I'll just have to do it better, right? I love you guys. Peace.